Excuse me, sir. Sir? Sir. Sir. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Today, we're going to start off with our usual Golden Saucer shenanigans, and then we're going to continue on with Endwalker MSQ. Last time we got to Thavnir, and we realized Estinian is very good at parting with his coin. Hopefully that won't happen again, or else we'll be hearing from Tataru. Anyway, as usual, we're gonna pull up Kai's graphic and see what kind of ridiculous outfit we're gonna make this time. Go ahead and put that on the screen for you guys. So it looks like this week's gonna be really easy. I can do spring bottoms, and I think I actually have this hollowed Raimi double aiming. I think that's actually the glam I use for my bard. But I can also just go to Gwalter and buy like a ranger hat. Let me look and see if I have this as my on my bard glam. Let me hide this. Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, also I got my Animos Dark Knight weapon yesterday. But let's see my bard. Nope. I mean, I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. But yeah, let's go ahead and go check. Besides, I gotta make the glamour plate with spring bottoms. I have one with spring bottoms on my botanist glam, but I'm gonna need to put on the doublet of aiming. Alright, let's see. What am I looking for here? Yeah, it used to have... Okay. So yeah, I've got the spring bottoms there. Not die. Let's remove that, remove that. So we want the spring bottoms, which are right there. And then, yeah, right here. I actually have that. Which is a little bit surprising. Do I have any feathered hats? Because I believe all you need... No, I don't have any. I believe according to Kai's graphic, the hint is called feather in your cap for hats. But I don't have... Doesn't look like I have any feathered hats. Well, let's just go ahead and see if we messed up the outfit. Or if I messed up the outfit. I just realized this will completely mess up my bard's outfit, but I don't like playing bard, so I'll worry about that eventually when I maybe eventually try and level it again. I just don't like how it plays. Like, out of the classes I've played, White Mage and Bard are probably the two I enjoy the least. Or that I don't enjoy playing in general. But first, let's do the mini cactpot tickets, see if I can mess these up. Alright, let's go for those. So it could be 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3. Let's see if it's either of them. Nope. Try again. We have a chance at 1, 2, 3 here. Never lucky. Oh well, we got one more card. Okay, this could be 7, 8, 9. But last time I went for 7, 8, 9, and it could have been 1, 2, 3. It was 1, 2, 3. Should I go for the higher chance, or should I go for the 1, 2, or the higher payout? Yeah, let's just do a higher chance. And it was neither of them. Always nice to know your choices don't matter. Let's go ahead and the gate just popped since it just ticked over to 3 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and do the gate first, and then we'll do the jumbo cactpot and the fashion report. This will be quick anyway. My ears feel like they're, what's the right word? It feels like my hearing isn't too great right today. Like my ears are slightly stuffy. Let's not mess this up. There we go. That's how you do it. I guess since we're by the Ashen report, let's go ahead and do that first. Well, let's go ahead and pull up the glamour plate. Let's see, this can be applied to... We can do dancer, but man, just make this look terrible. Okay, let's present our ridiculous outfit. Get our easy. This should be like 82 points. Because I have 2 items. And no extra color points. I think we're going a little bit fast today. Need to slow down a little bit. Oh, come on. Well, okay, apparently I need to get... So I need 2 more points from color. Okay, what are the color bonuses? Let's see. Color bonuses... Yeah, the only one... The thing is, I have a white dye, so I can dye it white. That'll give me 1 point. And I think I have... Do I have any brown or white dye on my... right now? Okay, so in my Chocobo saddlebag, I have black and white. And a bunch of other dyes. Maybe I should just do that royal blue. I'm not going to do general purpose, that'd be ridiculous. Okay, so I got 1... Come on. So I'll dye, if I can, I'll try dyeing the chest piece white. And then I can try dyeing the pants blue. Right? Yeah. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, right, I can't dye this, can I? Okay, yeah, I can. There it is. Okay, that should give me the 2 points we need. That should hopefully get us the 80 points that we need. Like I said, I'm going a bit too fast today. Need to slow down. There we go. Now that we got our ridiculous outfit ready, we can go ahead and head on over to the Jumbo Crackpot and see if we got not last. I'll switch my outfit back so that I don't look too ridiculous. Yesterday, when we were doing Endwalker MSQ, I went over to the... I made multiple times I was talking about spending purple scripts, and then I wasn't able to. I looked up that the script vendor will become available after we finish up the 2 branches of the quest lines that we're working on, and then like 1 or 2 other quests after it. But that, we'll hopefully we'll get through that by the end of tomorrow, because again, I'm off. I mentioned on Twitter, and I'm off tomorrow for President's Day, which means I'll be able to stream once again. I'll be able to stream again on Monday, hopefully, and I'll be doing more at MSQ. But right now, let's see if we got not last. That's last. Oh, not last? I said, not last? You go through this every week. One day you'd think I'd learn. But no. I'm still gonna keep looking random. I'm still gonna keep on getting last. I mean, I'm still making almost 10 times on each of these tickets. So it's not really like a end of the world or anything. Okay, let's go ahead and do a couple of the challenge logs to get a little extra MGP. And then we'll continue on with the Endwalker MSQ. Just need to win 3 rounds. That's too far. There we go. That's how you do it. Oh yeah, it's nice for, one of my combat retainer is a Dragoon. So it's nice to actually be getting XP in Dragoon now. Because I was holding off from doing roulettes as Dragoon. 1, because DPS roulettes take forever to queue for. And 2, because I wanted to have a DPS to do MSQ with. Oops, should have gone a little farther. Said I could put the XP in, wanted to put the XP in a DPS so that I wouldn't have to deal with the queues on leveling them up. But that also means my retainer is capped out at level 84. So now that I'm actually getting XP in it again, my Dragoon, I'll be able to actually, like, on the ventures that I send my Dragoon out on, he'll actually start getting some more XP. Anyway, that was the end. That was all we were gonna do for... Let's see. That was all we were gonna do for Golden Saucer. Let me go ahead and update the stream text. And then I'll just go ahead and teleport over to Thavnir. Now that I think about it... Wait. Where is the Aetheryte? Okay, there it is. The Aetheryte for Old Charlene is in others. Let's just teleport straight over to Thavnir. And then we'll continue on with MSQ. Alright, guys. We're going to check out these alchemists, right? Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie's truly a boon of unruly stomachs. It is truly so amusing to see my hair bound. 'Tis how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. I mean, all the ladies are happy about it, I'm sure of that. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the chair surgeons. I don't remember how you're supposed to pronounce that. Removed me from my armor and put me in bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helmet again. Sure, Astinian, sure. On low tide, his stomach behaving once more, Thancred is ready to get to work. Right, let's split up and make inquiries in town. Brilliant, the pier is yours. As usual, gonna ask around town, learn from the locals, see what we can find out. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetheryte. Off-putting, though the mere sight of it may be. Well, let's go check out the pier. See what we can find out. I kind of trying to make a joke about us always going around asking around town, but like that's kind of the normal thing to do in this case. I don't know why we're looking through a crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they have been left too long. That makes me think that they're having trouble getting customers or travelers, like people aren't coming around here as often as they used to. Well now, if it isn't a traveler, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. The water looks great. At least the color, I mean. People have been giving us a wide berth since that cursed tower suddenly appeared on Narunair. If he just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion. But no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. Yeah, that's what I thought. Figures that the tower is preventing trade, which is why they're charging everything at an exorbitant price. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. What about you, bud? What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could have been worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazel. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler, by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kazel a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him in the Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and talk to him. Yeah, that building there, right? Okay, Kalzal. What have you got for us? The Dalmaskins aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed. And that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defense, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. But this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicine, all the penuel. Punish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kalzal. I do. Which is why I regret to say that I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled for indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant! Please tell me you're a merchant? No. Stoic head shake. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. Well, my name is Matsuya, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Stoic shrug. Well, I guess Kalzal's not going to be that helpful at the moment. Apparently we're... Oh yeah, let's go talk to that guy. What does he want Kalzal for? Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back at the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, didn't you? I am Matsuya, a fisherman of Alkia. a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who's offer, who offers it to the foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. I get the feeling that this guy's being ripped off. A fisherman's friend. Matsuya regards you nervously. If I may ask, what is it that you do? Save the world, the universe, all, normal stuff. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me Please, won't you teach me like you do, to be like you? Yeah, please, I would like to know more. You see, I've brought some fish with me. Fresh fish with me. The portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've ever only dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. Are they trying to reference their player base? So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead, and show me how it's done? Do I get a cut? If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. The events of the following cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Well, we're doing MSQ, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll do it then. Show me how you deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in... How do you pronounce this? Yedilmahad? Yedilmahad. Yedilmahad. Yedilmahad, sure. I will observe and learn. Matsuya is now accompanying you. Keep him by your side. Pursue your objective. Leave him behind. Talk to him. Back to your original location. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Hello there, sir. Would you care for some fresh fish? Yes. Fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish, fresh straight from the sea bosom to your mouth. Great friend, how fare you of late? Greetings, friend. Greetings to you too. I suppose I'm well enough, given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when the tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. It's too risky out here. Maybe you ought to move to the city too. Don't place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Try that. Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon, so we can get back to our normal lives, to the days when we could earn as much as you gave, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Those days will come again before you know it. Fresh fish you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When the bait be like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch today is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeed in making the sale. It's really funny, one of the books I read, I guess it wasn't recently anymore, it was several months ago, like 6 months ago, was a book on negotiation, and basically what we were doing there is pretty darn close to what he described in the book. Or at least some of the technique we used there. Just to get getting friendly with the customer, and then dropping the sales pitch on him. See if we can do the same thing with this one. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some Omra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Omra Shamra. Nope, don't do that. What do you need so many Omra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late, I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessel coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that, and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I feel myself constantly hungry. Are you sure you're actually hungry? I know how you feel, man. Yeah, you gotta empathize with them. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took me my mind. Oops, I went... Oops. Never mind. It's nothing else. You left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north. Yeah, I accidentally closed the conversation there. I waited too long to strike. Oh, let's try again. That, I need to make sure that the questions and answers I give will actually lead to additional conversation. Oh, there's Urianji. Let's see what he has to say. It's a storehouse like any other at first glance, yet in contrast to its scale, there is a distinct lack of activity. Alright, let's try this guy. I expected there to be three conversation points on that, but there were only two. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh gods, my stomach! Ugh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest fall. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly, savor your food. What that if I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not. Circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I've been working as hard as I can while I still can, the better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. How do you intend to prepare? By stockpiling supplies. For that, I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, and what have you. How about some fresh fish supplies? They're fresh caught. Oh, do we have anything suitable? Yeah, this one could lead into either one of these are correct. Let's try that one, see if I can get him to do it. Oh, we do have some dried products too. That Narian cucumber and puff pie of fish. They're the last of the batch, so if you're interested, you can have them on discount. Right, because he's stockpiling, we didn't want to give him anything fresh, because then it'll just go bad. Truly, by all means, I'll take them all. You succeed in making a sale. You remembered what I told you earlier, that I preserve what I catch, which serves to show the importance of being attentive. Thank you very much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. That was fun. Let's head back to the pier and figure out why this person is relevant. Oh, well, first we got to see how much more gil Estinian is losing. Seeing as these dried fish, I wondered if it would be dried squid as well. Estinian, aren't you supposed to be investigating? Or are you supposed to be looking for something a little more relevant? Matsia, that's his name. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to two of the three people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversational skills. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Stowed nod. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice. And who should it be? But, oh wait, that's the wrong person. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Mattia? Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters are my witness. Kazal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. I suspect we're going to end up getting to his village at some point, because I know they end up being one of the beast tribes that you do for tribal quests. Anyway, we learned a lot about the market situation of this place. Let's go ahead and meet back up with everyone and tell them what we found. We'll see what else they found and see how much Gilistinian lost. Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced than here in Eorzea. There you are. Gotten over your aether sickness, have you? I see you have been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I see. We also heard that the tower's affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are most certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their helpless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telephori. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. Reminds me of the Dark Knight story. In a phrase just like, why do you keep helping people? They never help you! Mayhap, owing to the island's small size... Yeah, we read that. So what's that blue quest? Stepchild. Let me look that up real quick, just to make sure it's not... want to make sure that's not a, what's it called? Let me make sure that's not a Aether Current quest. I guess it's 2 words. Yeah. Let's say one Endwalker. Nope, not that place. Thavnair. Yeah, Stepchild is one of them. Okay. So I'll pick that up and see if we can do it on the way. But first, we're gonna talk to Stinian and pick up MSQ. House of Divinities. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Justinian. That Mazzio fellow who we're helping. He's Arcasodora, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that have been kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Good point. If summoning is the perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arcasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Achiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Okay, let me go ahead and pick up this blue quest. See if we can do it on the way. As with the Shadowbringers MSQ, I'm going to try and do all the Aether Currents as we go along. So that I can unlock the... so that I can unlock flying as soon as possible. Or, well, yeah, flying, that's right. Stepchild. Ogle is looking around in trepidation. Why are there Matanga everywhere? Has this town fallen? What? Oh, your face. It is known to me. You were the warrior who fought for the mole. Wait. I mean, it was Step. So I guess. Oh, right. These are the purple blue horns are the people in the Azim Steppe. I am Ogle of the Catherine. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I have foolishly blundered into the den of Matanga. Why did these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they are slaughtered? These Matanga are not like those of the Azim Steppe. Right. I guess they were like elephant creatures? I do not doubt your word, but grandmother would always warn me. If you encounter a Matanga, you turn your tail and flee, as fast and far as you can. Her tails were awful and bloody, and so now the very sight of them, the terrors rise unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg you, stay at my side for a time, just until I meet this Kankana person the sailors told me about. She is said to have work that pays a fair wage, so I'll see what she has for me. Okay. You just said stay by your side, but then you run off. Pretty hard to, stay by your side if you teleport and disappear. Oh, let's go ahead and see if we can help this person out. Is it inside the storehouse? Yeah, there she is. Of course, it's one of the elephant people. The Dusk Mother! No one told me Kakana was a Matanga! Could I ask you to speak with her in my stead? I mean, I get it, but you need to learn this. Welcome to Yedlamad. I keep pronouncing this wrong. Yedlamad. Traveler, I am Kakana, and it is my job to assign the right work to the right workers. Mind I have your name? Brilliant, and Ogle, was it? Let me jot those down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why did you have to be a Matanga? Is your companion quite alright? An understandable reaction. The Gachasura tribe, you have have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can get since troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Well, I mean, I'm your person. Does that sound like something you can do? Fighting? I can fight. Lest you doubt, my skills is likened to that of the Dragonbane, the legendary Chakazo herself. I'm not familiar with the name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out with an escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and asked that I send my prospective protectors their way should I happen to enlist any. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There is to be a ritual dance performed in Katja's footsteps. They'll need incense and costumes for dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. And, these artisans you speak of, did they also include Matanga in their number? It was an Arkasodra who submitted the request. I hope that it won't be a problem. None at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of most feared enemy. Yes. Brilliant. I cannot do this alone. Pray lend me the strength of the victor of Nadam, and half the reward for this task will be yours. Okay. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedlaman to the west, and you should soon come across your employer. Then this is where we shall meet. You'll find me there, yes? Okay, girl, you're gonna need to get over your fears. Of course. And of course the master artisan is one of them. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Oops, I meant to talk to the one that wasn't the quest objective. Oh well. Glad to have such courageous, is your companion not well? She seems a touch shaky. Of course. I should have thought of that before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisans stay here. That way, I have no need to fear, being harmed. Perfect. Oh, goal. I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted some to roam around and ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened of Arkasodara? Arkasodara. Sure. I've met such travels before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the areas as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. Ogle has run off into the wilds alone. Keep an eye out for her as you continue your patrol. Well, okay. I mean, if there are like full-on elephants here, I guess I can understand why she's scared. Oh. Time to do some poaching. There we go. It's nice having two casts of jump, or this jump. Tusks, trusks, bone-crushing feet. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Still, my entries are light, and my satchel is full. Thanks to you, I think. I think I can make it back to town in time to meet the others. What happened? Did you slay the beast? That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second... Knowing a matanga stood at my back, my mind froze and my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught me we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame, we should... What? We should let fear wash over... What? Shouldn't it be not let fear wash over us? Whatever. But to my shame, I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Brilliant. But why did you follow me? Because I knew you'd mess up. We were to patrol? Forgive me, I should have waited for orders, instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure that the wounded man reached safety. What a pain. Well, everyone's safe. Hopefully. Deep breaths. Let it wash over you. My colleague told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, imagine you hadn't come along at all. I've sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, that can be collected from Kankana. Right, I suppose we report to Kankana then. Hey, you're really... If you're going to be here for any extended period of time, you're going to need to get over your fear of these elephant people. Well, Kakana, Ogul's still scared. I had no troubles in Doma or Kagane. I assure you, this is different. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual was hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Thavnir rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please, accept your payment, half each, as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you. If so... Okay, this one's, I think that might be to unlock the tribal quests. Oh well, I'll come back to that later. Let's go ahead and continue MSQ now. Looked like there was a sparkly spot outside town to meet up with everyone. Whoops. Walking right past it. You do not see Matsia nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide you a better vantage point. Okay. That's right, we were looking for Mattia because we thought he might be in danger. Yeah, need to head up there. Alright, let's see if we can see Matsuya from here. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Oh, let's go help him. See if we can find him. Well, let's see what's wrong. Ah, okay. Yep, these are the Garlean soldiers. Of course they have to stun me. Okay, Matsuya, don't worry. You're safe. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We've heard that Arkasodara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know, and the ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. Question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that the strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling it the Tower Zot. House of Divinities, in our old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted in grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for not our purpose, but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish? But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, God-fearing folk, and all of us. Folk all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akyali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west down the hill. You can't miss it. So 'tis the simulacra of Thavnerian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Harnish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions, to Akyali. So why is the Aetheryte over there like one of the Charlian Aetherites? Did they build that one? Well, we can only speculate. Let's head over to Yaktali. Is that what it was? I don't remember. Akyali. Alright, let's see what these, well, first let's talk to Uriandre. See what he has to say. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this land, to hear them spoken by heirs to the Storied heritage giveth them new life. See Thancred over here too. A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Mark you that platform out there on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps. Well, Matsya, who's going to be telling us these stories? Welcome to Akia, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that. But please, make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with the Kanga and old Hasveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Alright. Okay, Kanga, what can you tell me? You wish to know about our gods. What curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Munusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities. Their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental. Just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. I mean, that's like every other religion. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. Well, I am a Viera. In ancient times, the Mansuya and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusyu, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From there on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusia have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. That sounds like you could get some pretty messed up depictions of these gods. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we would like to see it. We should like to see it. Oh my. They are Manusia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sinduruva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sundaruva, as a goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over crafts, and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Matsuyu, the deities of Eorzea preside over a myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have the occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkasudara. Interesting. And then there are dragons, and then Estinian's ears pop up. They occupy a special place in our history. Yep. You worship dragons, too. It is said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzad Han, forced a convent with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as a guardian deity to the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Nice little lore dump there. Like the Matsuya and get our next quest. The Great Work. Matsuya has a shine in his eyes that it wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did you say did I say she's beautiful? Matsuya, you're not hiding it very well. Ah, I could stare at her dainty... I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day, and those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Matsuya. Okay. Oh, I guess we'll head on over to the Great Work. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a walk. Oh. Southeast. Okay, good. I forgot I need to be looking for these aether currents. Probably, I think I have the map up here. Yeah, it's on the other side of this rock. Yep, there it is. Next one is... up on the north. Let's see, next one is probably northwest? Northeast, right. Yeah, okay. I'll look for that when we get closer. Let's head up to the Great Work. Gotta make a little bit of a walk. Last week at work, we completely, well, I completely overhauled the sign-up system for our app to use, like, email verification. And, needless to say, it had a couple bugs. Thankfully, most of them weren't my fault. But, we ended up just, like, for whatever reason, I don't know if we were required to do deployments every week, but we ended up doing a deployment on Friday anyway. despite the fact that it had a bunch of bugs in the code. I don't know why. But at least the manager was like, yeah, this was too big of a change, and I tried to split, That's not good. If there was a battle, there's a copious lack of blood. Unless they're all, like, high. They're totally drugged out, aren't they? In such a manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world? I bet it's drugs. Or like testing an alchemical substance.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Oh no.
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
They all just knocked out because they were exhausted.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Really?
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Oops.
Of course. You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
I was kind of wondering that too. Do they have a dragon around here?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Oh no.
Is this their
Oh, no.
congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Oh no, Justinian.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Oh no, he has the attention of the nerds.
I should like to draw a file or
I knew it.
Now, see here.
Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
This is pretty funny. Also, I like their
Resist your shoving, or so help
their
me.
blending of multiple cultures with these people.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your Mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Yeah, please tell us more. Like, how are you neutralizing temperament? Make sure to, make sure to attune to the 8th Rite, and then I think I'll take a quick break. We'll attune to the 8th Rite, and we'll take a quick break. I really like how this place looks. It's very colorful. Right, let's go ahead and let me set up my camera. All right, time to take a break. Time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Alright. Continue on with this. Got myself some Pepsi. Because my mom went stopped by the store. And she's like, does he like Coke or Pepsi more? Oh, I bet it's Pepsi. No, it's Coke. But I mean, I don't mind any of them. I'll tell you, I prefer Coke and Dr. Pepper, but Pepsi's fine too. Doesn't matter that much to me. I'm not any, like, soda snob. Anyway, let's talk to Urianger and Thancred first. Where's this? Oh, right. See, I said, where's Justinian? And I remembered, he's gone. It is said that selfish is ideal for those who have suffered blood loss. Oh, shellfish. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matsia. Oh, for the days when I enjoyed such fervent adoration. Here, Thancred. But on this occasion, I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity to Estinian. Sure, Thancred. Sure. Pray pay me no mind. I am here that I may be of service, nothing more. This is going to be voiced. Nope. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied with another investigation, Brilliant is an eminently capable substitute, and will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I am to understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without it being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should we lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective prosperity through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talismans. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it that you need me to do? Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Nothing complicated, I assure you. We ask only that you serve as an escort. Okay. I'll explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for our safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. Stoic nod. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put out your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. Alright then, let's go check this out. So do I need to go outside the camp? Oh no, looks like... yeah, up the path. Maybe I should actually do what they told me to. Nah. Following the instructions? Who would do that? Isn't the tower up to the north, though? Yeah, the tower's that way. You see a lantern designed in local style. You didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to physical strain, to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless nights. The drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of aether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. Where have I heard this before? For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capabilities. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. This doesn't look like a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the drunken Deepa's lead and try not to fall behind. It's literally just running around. I wonder if I can get this as a minion. Radiating Aether, please stand back. Radiating Aether, please stand back. Aren't I supposed to get hit by it? Aren't I supposed to stand in this? You're struck by a powerful blast of aether, but suffered no ill effects. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Seems like I shouldn't need to walk away and then walk back in, but whatever. Wonder if this will be the one of the Beast Tribe minions that you can get. You're struck by a powerful etheric blast of aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject's stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. See, where are we going this time? It looks like to trigger the quest, I have to stand next to it, walk away, and then walk right back in. It's a little weird. You are struck by yet another powerful blast of aether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude red. Impressive. No irregularities. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for the final discharge. You are struck by a strong blast of aether, but survive completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. I mean, I am a bit of a comedian. More like the warrior of comedy. Or what is it, comedian of light? That's better. Ah, you've returned. And not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Stoic nod. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Shadowed footsteps. Nidano regards you with those eyes you could drown in. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amiable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. I can go grow that in my herb patch. I think it requires 30... No, it requires a weird farming level. For use it to make summoning potions. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arkasodara travel alone at our peril. Tell that to whatever his name was. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I am in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to the Kajia Footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Well, let's head on over. Gotta escort another elephant. Yeah, I can get down from here. So we need to collect some spirit weed. And of course, thankfully our Blessing of Light helped us out, and we didn't have to relive that aether sickness that we had earlier. A mild little bit of extreme aether sickness. Wait, what? Goodbye! See you later! Hello, Nidana. I may have simply been imagining it, but I feel as though you're being followed. Look out, Brilliant! Hey guys. Oh, that was easy. Of course, it helps when I'm 4 levels above them. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside, the safety of the work. Thank you, sister. I asked you to help come with me. You're all right, I hope. Good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Nice getting a big chunk of XP from quests again. It's been quite a while. Let me check on this again. 259 yalms to the southeast. Yeah, because I believe there's 2 over here. I'll look at them again. I'll look for them again later. Nice, looks like a peacock. Or peafowl, as they call him now. And here we are, Kajia's footsteps. Kajia was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place and train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't likely to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Somehow I get the feeling they're gonna attack again soon. Let's go ahead and kill this thing. You know, in hindsight, I should have tried picking up the hunts. Because there's a chance I might actually run into the an enemy. And I can get, I don't remember, is it seals? Or I guess it's probably Centurio seals again. Then again, this is at the Old Charlian, so maybe not. I'll gather the herbs as quickly as I can. Please stand guard for me. Is that,
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly
That's what I was gonna
anyone has
ask.
been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
what can you tell me about the satrap? Do you trust the satrap?
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves.
Of course.
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today.
That's right.
And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
That's an interesting political structure.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets.
Typical as scene, just sitting there on
I
the
seem to
cliff.
recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail? Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans.
Uh-oh. And of course, we're not here.
And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned. for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Van Daniel. I don't think nobody liked Asahi, nobody likes Van Daniel. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? Oh, let's head back to the great work. I guess I could just teleport there. Save a little bit of time. Alright, Nidana. Brilliant. My thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as it is a token. Please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Gillen XP? Sure. A boy's errand. Little does Nidana know that she is about to send you out on another errand. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you are both back. Excellent. Alright, I gotta do a higher boy voice for him. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. I would seem the stores of What? Giant Skull are running low. What? When last I looked, there were still plenty. I suspect that before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Justinian shared his knowledge of dragons, your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I would be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I cannot go in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Brilliant. Loath though am I to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and etherical conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? Leave it to me. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zaynuha. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that it will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamza, Mistress Nadia? Nidana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the Hamza to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Alright, I guess we gotta do some more chores. Now, I kinda don't trust this kid. Let's see. Alchemist or Dancer? Is that... yeah. That's an either current quest. So I'll go ahead and pick that up next. Probably go ahead and do that before we do the MSQ. Is this guy gonna want to be a dancer? Jalumuk. Alchemist or dancer? Jalumuk is concerned about a colleague. Do you have a moment, adventurer? One of my colleagues has gone missing. Do you said she was going to the Kajia's footsteps to get a bit of exercise, but she hasn't come back. I'd go search for her, but it's almost time for a shift change, and I can't very well have the kiln to operate. Leave the kiln to operate itself. Could you find her and fetch her for me? Leave it to me. Oh, you're too kind. She should be in Kajia's footsteps. Keep an eye out for a cure with black hair. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She was out the last time you were by, and she was devastated that she missed out on a chance to meet the adventurer aiding the students of Eldizian. So I suspect she's a dancer. Alright, let's head back up to the Kajiya steps. I just realized the joke. Kajiya steps are like the steps of a dance. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Aether Current quest first. It's probably going to still say southeast or northeast. When we get up to Kajia's footsteps, I'll go ahead and do the Aether Compass again. Actually, I can just look at the map. Okay, so it's actually not... It's actually like right here. So I'm gonna do the I'm gonna continue MSQ. And then see if we go by there. Ah, hello there. What do you mean? I need to get back to work? Oh, have I really been out that long? I should really go. But I was hoping to get a better look at the stage before I left. I'm sure you're busy, but could you assist me for a moment? Sure. Thank you. I'll inspect the walls, so could you make sure the stage is in order? Okay. Some of the paint is worn off. It could use a fresh coat. This is a pretty cool looking place, except the part where you fall off the edge. There's a small hole in the floor. This can't be good. The cloth wavers exquisitely in the wind. No problems here. The person's still in the cutscene. Any problems? The floor and the paint? I'll have to fix them the next time I come by. Thank you for checking. You know, it seems odd I've never met you until now. You wouldn't happen to be the adventurer sent by the students of Beldizian, would you? Stoic nod. You are! And here I was delegating a menial task. If I had known, I've always admired travelers like you. You see, I'm studying to be a dancer under Mistress Nashimiria at one time. I wanted to see the realm as I traveled for performances. And maybe I still can. Not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, but we should hurry back to the great work. I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. Okay, let's head on back. Let's go ahead and teleport. See, that's going to be 3 Aether Currents down, and I know where a 4th one is. Ah, there you are. I heard you helped my colleague with her stage inspection while you were out. It's greatly appreciated. She really looks up to your kind, you know. She lost her chance to become a dancer due to an unfortunate injury, and now she's working to heal the sick and injured as an alchemist. She was so happy to meet you, as am I. Here, a token of our thanks. Cool, that's the third Aether Current, I think. The travel Aether Currents. Yep, wow, that's a lot. Are all of them gonna be like that? Anyway. Talk to Varshan. Here are Hamsa Brillian. If the creature looks unfamiliar, it is because they are close kin to the Eorzean dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these are recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. All right. You are ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Okay. Let's be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, you be warned. They are wobbling gait. I noticed. Looks so goofy. The spectacular formation stretching out over the water is called Kaja. Thanks, I don't have near enough time to read that. Word meaning sword. The sword legend was wielded by the Manusia against the Murg before it was cast down at conflict's end. To the left, and requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. Oh yeah, it does. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff, the outpost itself is on the beach. Ah, there it is. And here we are. Manned by the Radiant Host, this outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Seems a bit close, don't you think? Well, well, who should it be but young Varshan? On an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm in these few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor, too, often traveled alone. It's been, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how that fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went to represent the satrap on foreign lands. Wherever he may be now, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure that all I do on my own volition, and gladly, I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still, I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabin. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Permit me to introduce Brilliant Mason of the Eorzea contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad of any tidings you can share. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Okay, let's exchange information. That would probably be a really good idea. Ah, I've heard of you. The visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telepheroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it that they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die? And take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzea and Far Eastern brothers. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folks have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did in the Isle of Narunair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're nearby. Until they're ready. It occurs to me I have not yet properly introduced our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with the heretofore unknown threats, such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Did they likewise spawn monsters? So, it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Nope. Pretty much as bad. It's pretty much bad in Eorzea too. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Radzat Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best to see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamza, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Oh, I thought I was going to need to go, but no, it'll just take me. Though the Hamsa appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. Should you become separated from your steed, speak to the Radiant Beast. Okay. Let's go waddle our way to victory. Okay, so... Okay, we need to go right there. It's really hard to see. But he said if we go east, we'll get up there. Yeah, okay, so there's one directly north. Let me go ahead and get that. An Aether Current. There it is. Oh, of course. Well, that's fine. Do I actually need to be on? Do I actually need to be mounted? Maybe not. Oh, come on, Elto, you can fly. Or however you say your name. Okay, next one's southeast. Okay, yeah, because there's one over here, I think. I'll get that eventually. Maybe on the way back? Let's see, hold on, let me see where it is. Yeah, there's one right there. Yeah, let me just go... No, I'm not gonna get that now, because I think I might need to be mounted on this thing. There's apparently one, over here as well. Beginning of a story is always a little bit slow. It's a big dommel. I guess they're all about that big. Or jommel. Oh, okay, yeah. So it looks like I actually needed to ride it. There should be an Aether Current up here somewhere. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than your almost dashes off. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. Let me go ahead and grab that, and then I'll turn in this quest, and then let's go ahead and take another quick break. I want to get a little bit more soda. Oh, right. I guess I gotta jump down. Let's talk to Zayuna. And turn in this quest, and then we'll take a quick break. Aye, this is indeed the Giant's Gall grounds, and I am Zayuna. Is there anything you require? Giant's Gall for the alchemist, you say? But of course, they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Alright, like I just said, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Go ahead and use this as the backdrop. Oops, let's turn there. Yeah, sure, that works. Alright, time to take a quick break. Get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom. Oh, crud. Again, messing it up. Get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. All right, let's continue going. Let's continue on. I think I'm gonna plan on stopping at about 6. But until then, let's just keep on going. Talk to Zainua here. Tipping the scales. Zainua has a sack of giant skull for you. Here you are, a sack of the purest giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. That was easy. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their... That we are grateful... That were, he's using a contraction. When you deliver it, let the great folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Alright, oh, well, all we have to do is go all the way back? Okay. Let me try and get the Aether Current. There should be one to the southeast. Yeah. Let me see if I can get one there. Oh, let's not hit the hunter's mark. Or rather, get hit by. See, is it going to be up here, or is it going to be down lower? More to the southeast? See, it's supposed to be, like, right around here. Oh, there it is. And then I'll teleport to the Great Work, and we'll continue on. That looks nice. That's where it's at haunt, I believe. Oh, right, let's teleport back to the Great Work. Alright, Nidana, I've got the giant shell for you. Or giant skull, whatever it was called. Ah, welcome back, Brilliant. Dare I hope you have the giant skull? Yep, right, got it right here. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test. So please, take your ease while you can. Wonder if Justinian's doing okay.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
So, Justinian, how many pints did you lose?
We have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
You're part of the science. What are you talking about?
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea.
Sounds kinky.
And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil.
You would say that.
Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
It's very like Justinian.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Oh, come on, Van Daniel. That was a bit obvious. I'm honestly surprised Thancred didn't notice him.
What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last!
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Well, that's useful.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
Wait, you're going there?
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oops. Meant to do the first
Either
one.
way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Well then, part of me feels like that was a real big death flag, but you know, we'll see. Gotta head on up there. Let's see, should I try and go around the coast? Yeah, let's try going around that way and see if I can discover this location. Kind of felt weird that Thancred and Uriandri were just kind of standing in the tide during that cutscene. Seemed a little weird. Just an ominous tower, you know, nothing, the usual. Not a walrus, it's a walrus. So funny. So I wonder, my gut's telling me that that was a death flag and she's going to end up getting tempered, or like Fandaniel's going to do something to make it so that the talismans don't work properly. Or it just might not work properly at all. We'll find out soon. I assume we're going to finish up this part of the quest and then we're going to head into Radzad Han. Maybe? I get the feeling that because this place is split in half, we're going to get through this first half, and then we're going to have to come back and do it later. I haven't looked at it to see if this is the last quest or not. The satrap has granted the use of this boat. May it serve you well. This is rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Into the Tower of Zot? Yep, let's go.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now.
It literally have to activate it like a shield. That doesn't seem that good.
It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could. So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
I don't think that's a good idea. Let's not do that. This is going too well. Nothing is gonna happen.
A few more steps.
Why is she leading? This is not a good idea.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
Ah, there we go. Yeah, things were going a little too well. Nothing like a sinister tower made by evil people. Ah, nothing. Jeez. Been horrifying.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
And she's gone.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Yeah, you're not going to get any praise from me. Patrons of old?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
Okay.
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
Yeah, just a one or two.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Ah, migraine time.
At your service.
Wait, Amon? Wasn't he like the crazy king? Or something?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
Ah, yes, typical rich class.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence.
Hitting the head of a beast sounds like one of the gods that the elephant people were talking about.
for they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor.
Clearly I'm remembering the wrong person, but if we even know who Amon was.
He set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
Is this one of the bosses in the Crystal Tower? It was too long ago for me to remember.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
So Amon was a regular Sundered person that became an Ascian and joined Fandaniel in the final days.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Well then. That was a lore drop.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see you.
I wouldn't call him my favorite playmate. Getting some Tesseline flashbacks. Ah, you are returned, but where is Mistress Nidana? She got yoinked. A Noosa preserve! Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman! I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return back to the greater work. I mean, we made progress, but at what cost? Well, I guess we'll go report to Thancred. And let me see how many quests are left for this area. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? You got yoinked, bro. So, it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily, lest we endanger Nidana and the others other captives. So that was tipping the scales. Okay, so there's one more. Let's go ahead and do that. The satrap of Radzad Han. Thancred is wearing a grim expression. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nidana! Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower, she still is alive, yes? Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototypes worked perfectly. This Nidana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. As alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of this tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition for your deeds, he wishes to meet you. Interesting. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radzad Han for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honored. Of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of Giant Skull's grounds, and I will show you into the city. Okay, so we're going to unlock Radzad Han, and then that'll finish up this quest chain. And I think that'll probably be where we stop. But we still got to actually get over there. So let's head on over. It's going to be a little bit of a trek. Let's see. Guess I should make a left here. I'll just head straight up and veer to the right. Still need to actually unlock... Yeah, there's still 2 more areas, but I guess I could do that after I get flying. Let me just make sure there isn't Aether Current. Okay, southeast is probably all the way over here. Because there's 2? Yeah, there's 2 over there. But there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more in the area to the right. So we'll be coming back here eventually. This is kind of like Almarang in that sense. Since Almarang had the east and west side. I mean, I could just probably just drop down there and do it right now, but I'm not going to do that. Because there's no point. I still have to unlock all. I still have to get all the blue quests. Because we only did 2 of them, right? Yeah, we only did 2 of the quests. There's gonna be 3 more to do later. We're almost there. Yeah, there's the gang. When I last visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. Be it here or in Eorzea, all share in desire to deliver the captives. Thus united, I pray that we join in common cause with the satrap. Of the satrap, I only know the common tidbits, that though the position is hereditary, he is not considered a sovereign, and that, despite possessing considerable authority, he weighs at it sparingly. Given the esteem in which the locals hold him, however, it's safe to assume he is good at his job. We could do far worse for an ally. All present, let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted a special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Oh, that was a little glitchy.
Rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rods at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets. But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Like it's not that much of a thriving city anymore. And it's kind of to be expected at the with how dangerous it is.
Here we are, Megadota. It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, It seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
But Nidana, she was taken. Not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
Oh,
This charade has gone on long enough.
there we go.
Show yourself.
Yeah, some things did seem off.
Forgive me,
That's
but
not the real one.
were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no
This is not the
performers
real
waiting in the
one.
wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Yeah, the real one is the dragon.
As you wish.
That's why Estinian noticed.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me.
And this is where we were getting the dragon scales.
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Oh wait, that's the dragon that Estinian was riding.
And for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
This was the dragon that Estinian was riding, I think.
Vitra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
And that's why Estinian recognized him.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsormr's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat had an alliance with the dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
No, he is the satrap.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively.
Or is he actually the satrap? I don't know which one is.
In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz Athan.
But if Ritra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Okay. That makes sense.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh, and he noticed that right away.
"'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh.
Wait, what? Why?
The body before thee is but a
Oh, okay.
simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will."
That's very useful.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bare his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz Athan. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
Yeah, on a small island like that is a little bit tricky.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me.
Really? Okay.
Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Padalthan and Cartanau, I am told.
Yep, that was me.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear.
I mean, I didn't really expect anything else.
Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
And that's how we'll be able to fight with our friends in these dungeons.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlian is in order.
Stinian's already leaving.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Yeah, that was cool. If our course... Wait, wrong character. If our course of action is decided, then let's not tarry. That we should encounter one of the first brood in such a circumstance. That meeting took rather an unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Charlian, and muster a suitable crew for our foray into Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetherite here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. Yeah, I already did that. Now, I can't actually get into Rads at Han yet, right? Let's see. My apologies, but given that the city is currently in a state of alert, I cannot let you proceed past this point. Alright, let's see. So... teleporting to Old Charlian is expensive. Wait, if I teleport to Limsa, it should only be like 300 gil, right? Better hurry up before someone says something sus. That's the Kugane. And then this should be to Old Charlian. Yeah, 300 gil. Now then, let's head back over to the Confluence, and that'll finish up this quest line. No, that's not the Confluence, that's the Baldesion, I think it's House Baldesion? Annex, okay. Go ahead, teleport over there, and I think that should be pretty much the end of this quest line. But we'll see in a sec. There's probably one more cutscene to watch. Oh, everyone's here still. Oh, wrong one. Right. Of course they're all still here. I haven't started that quest line yet. Vitra and his alchemists have prepared us for our foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within is twisted halls reminiscent to be seen. That Arakasdara languish in Telephoroi. Chains doth forsworn us the nature of our foe. 'Tis the god of Thavnia will be summoned to thwart us. I eat primals for breakfast. The conflict between Nidhogg and I in the past, and though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vitra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavor if he bore our kind any ill will. I find it great that Estinian has gotten past his, like, revenge and everything. 'Cause, I mean, in his journey throughout Heaven's Ward, he learned that dragons aren't inherently evil. It's just Nidhogg. In that humans and dragons had lived in harmony in the past. Anyway, let's talk to Thancred and wrap up this quest chain. Just as I was getting used to the balmy Thavnir, we're back in chilly Charlian. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for both battles to come. We need you for the battles to come. Now then, our investigation here remains, but when it's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Hope that finished up the Thavnir questline. And I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. We can go ahead and tomorrow we're going to start off with the Charlian questline and see how far we get in that. I think it should be about the same length. Oops, let me pull that back up. Let's see, Charlian questline, yeah, it's about the same length. So we'll see how far we get through it. How far we get into it tomorrow. But until then, goodbye.